Oh.
Oh my god.
Hello beings, welcome to the experience. My name is Douglas Flamino, and today I'm going to show you how this test of staring at the mirror for X amount of time went. First, I would really like to count on your help. Give a little like here to support my work, I'll be so happy. And comment Pocahontas, okay? It's a cool comment. For some reason, a lot of people started asking me for this on this day. So I decided to record it, exactly because it's something that interests those of you who are following me, right? And I really take into consideration the things you ask me to record here. The ones that make sense and the ones where there's not much chance of me dying, right? Because some of the requests I get. Last week, I thought I'd spend 24 hours in Crackerlandia. The ideas you all have some pity on me, okay? But anyway, let's go. A lot of people said, oh, spend 10 minutes looking at yourself in the mirror, spend 15 minutes looking in the mirror. You're going to have hallucinations. You're going to see monsters. I heard a lot of people saying, you're going to see monsters. Right from the start, I was already kind of apprehensive because I'm a scaredy cat, and a lot of people said I was gonna see things. And I want everything in my life except to see things. I wanted to be the opposite of a medium, you know? That guy who has no chance of seeing any spiritual phenomenon. I really wanted to be that guy. So far, I am that guy, right? I've never seen anything. Man, thank God, I've never seen anything. Yeah, I'm a coward, and I admit it. I'm scared. So what? Is that a crime? Then I started seeing it and began to freak out, remembering that experiment I did, the Ganzfeld effect. My mind was already thinking, experiments where you expect nothing usually turn out interesting. Alright, let's begin this weird thing. I'll stay, I don't know, 15 minutes, okay? Alexa? How long? 15 minutes.
15 minutes starting now.
Go, let's do it. Do we have to stay really close? Stay really focused. I'm already feeling weird. My pupil even got bigger. It made me feel strange. I didn't expect that. It didn't even 3 minutes. That's weird. Look at the size of my pupil. I don't know if the phone will be able to capture how my pupil was at first and how it is now. My God. I saw nothing, just a reflection. Can we restart? Alexa, turn off the alarm.
Your next 5 a.m. alarm has been cancelled.
No!
Cancel this alarm every day.
See? The morning miracle really works. I realized this thing is real. I felt weird. I'll share here what my first feeling of weirdness was like. I noticed I was shifting my gaze between both eyes instead of focusing on just one. But in the mirror, it looked like my eyes were still and the movement of my body started to become uneven. It didn't look like I was moving. But in the mirror, there was some movement as if I were a different person in the mirror. Man, that's so weird. I'm sweating. Let's start over then. Oh, hold on. I'm tense. I can't stop looking back now because I'm afraid of the reflection. Let's go. while I disappeared. Oh my god, man, I'm starting to get sweaty. Why did I decide to do this at night? I'm a coward. Wow. Something strange just happened. Well, like a self-connection. I sweated, man. Wow, I didn't believe it was gonna be like this, man. Wow, dude. Oh my god. Ouch. Jesus. Wow. I rest my arm on the switch here. I don't know if you can see it. There's a switch here. And the light went out. It really is uncomfortable, but I saw people saying there, you're going to see a demon. That's an exaggeration too, right? Let's go. Sorry, I couldn't let that prank go unnoticed. I'll be honest with you, I thought it was over. It had already had enough effect for me to say it here, okay? It was an experience that worked. It wasn't cool, but I always like to share the scientific background with you guys, when there is one, right? So I went to do some research on Google to understand why I was feeling those sensations. And if it was normal, if everyone felt that way, if there was any scientific basis behind this thing of staring at yourself in the mirror and seeing different visions, right? And yes, there is a scientific basis. There were tests by a guy named Troxler. I don't know how to pronounce that. Troxler. There must be a really cool way to say it, and I don't know how. But this guy got people to do tests of looking at themselves in the mirror. And the name of this effect, this hallucination we have when we're looking at ourselves in the mirror, right? It's known as the Troxler effect, named after Swiss doctor Ignaz Paul Vital Troxler. I remembered that name. This effect is simply a loss of peripheral vision. For those who don't know what peripheral vision is, it's basically our ability to see things that aren't in our direct focus. Right now, for example, I'm looking at the camera, so everything that's blurry around here is part of my peripheral vision. And when we're focusing on a certain spot, we kind of lose a good part of the information that's in our peripheral vision. I did some research on a website. I'll leave the link in the description if you want to learn more. There's even a test that I'll put on the screen for you to see now. It has a little red dot and a blue circle around it. If you focus on looking at that little red dot, just at that little red dot, it's very likely that the circle will disappear. The blue circle will turn completely white. You won't see it anymore. I tried the test and it worked for me, but I can't guarantee it works with the circle for everyone. Let me know in the comments if you were able to look at the red dot and make the rest disappear, just so I can be sure if it works for everyone or not. And this guy Troxler did tests with several people, and there was even a statistic about how many people saw monsters, how many people saw animals, and how many people saw their own face deform. Just like it happened to me. For a moment I saw my forehead swell as if I'd been punched. It was a bit swollen here. It happened quickly. I just focused, looked at my forehead, and it was normal again. And I realized there were instructions to do this in low light. So the next day I went back there to try it in low light, even though I really didn't want to. Because if I was already scared with the lights on, in low light the chance of seeing something weird, I don't know, like Beelzebub showing up behind me. Let's do this. I didn't set a timer on Alexa. Let's just do it this way. Oh Jesus, I'm scared. I'll let my hair down. At least it looks like I'm looking at Jesus, so I'm less afraid. Wow, it's not going to go down. Alright, I'm going to stay really quiet here now. Let me concentrate and see if something happens. It turns out It seems like I got used to the previous day. I was already more, aware of what could happen, so I was more prepared. I was looking at myself there, eye to eye. That feeling happened again, where I felt like my body was moving more in the mirror than it seemed like I was actually moving. But nothing else happened. It was totally normal. It wasn't scary. I quickly got used to the feeling, and before I knew it, more time had passed than I expected. Because when I did it with the lights on, something would always interrupt me and scare me, but this last time, nothing scared me. It was calm. If you like this video, leave a like here. At least to make my scare worth it, because I got so scared there that I almost threw up my heart. So give a like for that scare, please. And until the next experience, I really like my fridge. I have nothing to complain about my fridge except for that day. Why does it have to go cree-cree when defrosting? Why don't they make a fridge that doesn't make any noise at all? Don't they think about people who are looking in the mirror for 15 minutes? Notice how horror movies linger in our minds. They remain in our subconscious. I already expected my face in the mirror to give that little grin. Like, I'm the villain, I'm the devil. I still don't understand why devils are so happy. Have you ever seen a sad devil? In the movies, they're always laughing.